Welcome to the Billy and Andre show, the only show that advises your grandma not to give her personal details on the internet. Hey Billy, how you doing?
It's not doing too bad. I don't know why you're saying to my grandma though. Like my grandma already knows that. She's a sensible lady. She doesn't use the internet.
Yeah, 99% of grandmas do not know that. So we are advising all grandmas.
Speaking of like the old people getting scammed stereotype. Sorry to derail before you even got a chance to even get close to your topic. But...
Wow, I'm just not gonna have a topic. It's fine.
But it is related because. Okay, so this whole idea of like it's only old people that get scammed by internet shit, that is not true anymore.
No, not anymore.
No.
I actually saw, I think, the same report saying that younger people get more scammed.
Gen Z, man.
Yeah.
People who grew up on the internet and forget what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
they all of a sudden they got comfortable. See, don't get comfortable. We're still not comfortable. We're very uncomfortable as it is.
Apathy is death.
Yeah. Did you figure out what we're talking about today, Billy?
Well, you mentioned a couple of things as we were walking up the stairs to the podcasting studio. You said something about scams. Scams. Let's go.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Stop. Let's continue.
Oh, really?
No, we're not doing it.
Oh, come on.
We're not breaking down into musicals. We're not breaking down into musicals, okay?
When we get to season 6, we'll have a musical episode.
A musical episode. Yeah. We'll do a little dance.
Yeah, it'll be a fully visual affair rendered in 3D by AI. That's how you know that we're serious.
Whoa, actually, I have plans.
No, you do not have plans for doing AI stuff, do you?
We're not doing that.
Not on this channel.
You think? Should I just
go into it? Tell us what wonderful scams we're going to learn about today.
So scams been around since forever, right?
Yeah.
The oldest found scam was a guy in Egypt. He was a copper merchant. He was selling copper to people, and he was really well known in the area. And this is not just word of mouth that it was a scam. This is written down through an actual written down complaint.
Wow.
From Agent Egypt. So the guy was like, he sold me bad copper when I asked for my money back, and I sent my guys to collect my money back. He just sent them away and talk really nasty to them. Something to that effect. I didn't pull up the whole thing. It's a big ass paragraph, but the idea is scams been going on since forever.
That is true. Funny enough, ancient Egypt is also where you will find the first examples of advertising.
Oh, which is, it's fair, right?
It's basically the same thing.
And well, not really. Not all advertising is bad.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you would think that back in the day, during the Stone Ages, the first scam would be, look at that. You look away and somebody hits you with a rock over the head and then steals your shit. So that would be like the first sort of scam.
But didn't they just call that theft, dude?
No, it was a scam because it made you look.
Oh, right. So made you look is not just a game for 2-year-olds. It's also how the cavemen used to do scams.
Probably that's where it started. But the first
do you think there were some guys in the Stone Age who were baiting scammers? They were doing the atomic shrimp thing.
They were giving them plastic.
You're saying, that guy over there has lots of stuff. If you make him look over there, you won't see it when you take his shit. And the guy's got his wife hiding behind the rock. I saw him, the bastard. We got him.
I don't think that was happening.
I'm sure it was. It was probably all over Instagram back then. I can't be asked to scroll down that far, but I'm sure some people can.
Well, you couldn't scroll because there was no wheels.
They hadn't even invented a scroll yet.
Let's just stop with that. Let's stop with the bad puns. So, have you ever heard of the Ponzi scheme?
I have heard of a Ponzi scheme.
So the Ponzi scheme was named after this man called Charles Ponzi.
Uh-huh.
He gave the name to it. Not because he wanted to. It's because he was so famous, him doing it. He's not the first one doing the Ponzi scheme, but he was the biggest at that point, so they named it after him. His name was Charles Ponzi, but his actual name, he was Italian-born man, which lived in America. Which he migrated to America.
Yeah.
The man was born in 1882. When he did the actual scam itself was in 1919 already, so it was a few years later. He went to jail before this a couple of times for different little minor things, stealing this, stealing that. But the funniest thing about the story is, he was named Charles Ponzi, but his actual name is, and this is why people come to our podcast, me butchering a big-ass name. So it's Carlo Piero Genevi Galliano Tabello Ponzi. And that's his full name. So it's literally, maybe it's like 4 middle names, or 2 first names, 3 middle names, and a surname.
There's a lot of names.
Or they're all just middle names. I don't know, dude.
Is it like an Italian? Is it like a Europe? Because I know, like, if you have von in your name in like Germany, you're like descended from the aristocracy or whatever.
No, well,
like,
von means from.
Oh yeah. It means like, you know, calling yourself Dr. Singy of Stuttgart or whatever. You know, like.
I don't know. I don't want to go into that, 'cause we might say
we might say something really, really offensive to Italians.
Yeah, so let's not offend the whole country.
I do like the image though of like this guy. What? How many names has he got? 6.
6.
So this guy.
Well, no, he has a first name, a last name, and 4 middle names.
So I'm just imagining like this, like he's getting off the boat to get to New York or whatever, and like the customs guy is like, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Charles." Da 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 da. And the guy just like, "All right, Charlie Ponzi. There you go. Get in there."
Well, at least he got Charles.
Yeah, he got Charles right.
Yeah.
I was like, close enough, whatever. Because that was, then you'd be your official name in America. It would just be whatever the guy wrote down.
Yeah, and that's it. And that you're stuck with that. You're probably going to tell people your full name, but I don't think nobody cared.
There's a really famous scientist who like came over from Sweden, I think, and his name was Glenderstberg or something like that, Schoberg.
This is why people come to our podcast.
Yeah, to hear me badly.
Yeah. For both of us to just butcher stuff.
Yeah, literally butchery. Like it's like a meat podcast at this point. But they just changed it, like, you know, this ridiculously long name with a bunch of umlauts into it. They just went, Glenn Seaborg, there you go. And and he became like one of the most famous scientists in US history and met the president and shit. Like,
but not under his real name.
No, not under his real name. He changed his name to, you know, he did actually change his name when he was 24. He changed it to Glenn with 2 N's just because he thought it looked cool.
He probably did.
Yeah, it did.
So what did Ponzi do, right? You're thinking there between your rant.
I know it's something a Ponzi scheme is something to do with convincing people to give you money with the idea of it's like they'll give it back later and then they never do.
So here's the thing. So what he did and why people actually gave him money. So Ponzi was very charming. He could convince, you know, Eskimos to buy ice and all that. So he claimed he'd found a loophole in the international postal system. He could buy postal relay coupons overseas, exchanging them in the US and make a massive profit from the currency differences.
Oh, so it's kind of like Bitcoin.
Well,
it kind of is, man.
No, Bitcoin is like
it's a little
people,
bit.
It's people speculating.
So is this speculating on this guy knowing what he's talking about?
So the concept was currency differences, and that's where he's making his money.
Right, I see.
Right.
So what was he lying about?
The idea sounds brilliant on paper. The problem was that it wouldn't actually work. The logistical is it's an impossibility logistical mess. Yeah. Right. And by the end of all the transactions and buying this, shipping this, taking this, doing that, you will not make a profit.
Yeah, because you have to spend money to send it overseas.
It's a whole thing, right? So it was absolute. Like the idea sounded good. It didn't work, obviously, but people didn't really knew that, right?
Of course not.
Because he was a very good salesman, and all they saw, Ponzi made so much money to his early investors, so he initially convinced people to invest money. So when everybody saw, oh, his early investor made so much money from his idea, from buying this, doing that, they all started investing. So what was happening was his early investors getting their profits, which was over 40% profit. So you were giving me $100, I will give you back $140.
Sounds pretty good.
But then you would give me the $140 back because you were like, oh, actually, you already made me $140. Take my $140. Can I have more?
More, yeah.
Yeah, so people were reinvesting the money that they were making on paper, which they weren't making any profits. And then were new people coming, giving more money, so he had a bigger pool of money, which he was giving to the old investors, and now the new investors and other people were investing. So it was like he was taking money from here, giving it to the older guys, and then taking the older guys' money and give it back to the newer guys. So he was just shuffling money in between them.
And of course, slicing off a bit for himself.
Well, he lived an incredible life of luxury.
Oh, I bet.
So, because he was just making money, and people was just coming up to him and say, like, take my money.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, he made money for that guy. He's going to make me money. And it was, the whole thing was...
I'd love to see his accounting books, man. Like, how do you keep track? How did you keep track of who he
I don't know.
paid and who he had?
I mean, that was his job, right? I think at that point you were just keeping track, because you have to think there was no Excel sheet,
yeah, I know, right?
so you have to keep everything in.
Oh god, do you have like a massive like velorum like scroll or something like that? He's writing on it.
Oh,
with
just
a
had a
quill.
notebook, probably a massive notebook. So in just a few months, Ponzi had more than 40,000 investors.
Jesus Christ.
The equivalent of 250 million in today's money, just passing through his hands.
Jesus, and like he probably had no idea who owned what of it.
Well, listen, but by the end of it, reports, investors started asking questions.
Oh, really?
Because they were like, what's going on? They dug into the numbers, realized the math didn't work, and the whole thing collapsed. Ponzi was arrested, investors lost absolutely everything, and that's how he got...
Wait, they lost everything?
They lost everything.
Where did all the money go then? Where was he hiding it?
He had a really good time. The man had a really great life.
So basically what you're saying is he smuggled all of that money out of the country in the waistlines of hookers.
Pretty much. That's how you do it.
That's awesome.
That's how you do it. 250 million.
How the fuck do you
in a few months?
I know, like that's
how good are you? I mean, you should have taken the money and run.
Oh yeah, like
I'm not suggesting you should.
He got the first part right,
but he didn't get the yeah. So how can you tell it's a Ponzi scheme? If it's a high investor return, so if you invested money and then you get a massive return, usually it's a Ponzi scheme. Overly consistent returns because the market fluctuates.
Yeah.
So you can't always be like, there's always 40%.
Yeah, true. I mean, like, unless he was trying to argue that his like
method.
Coupon switcheroo trick was somehow.
But it's not going to be because
currency
market fluctuates.
Yeah, of course they do. I was taking the piss out of that literally 5 seconds ago. What's going on with me?
Unregistered investments, as in you invest money, but nobody tells you where the money is getting invested in. So again, it's probably a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, that's true.
Unlicensed sellers. So if they don't have a license for selling things, might be a Ponzi scheme.
Like a trading license or whatever. Yeah.
Issues with paperwork. So if there's no paperwork to actually track where your money is going, what you're buying, what you're selling, when you're buying, when you're selling, probably a Ponzi scheme.
Always keep the receipts.
And difficulty receiving payments. And I think at that point...
So if you go to like find the guy and he's like left for France and he's not coming back and like his house looks mysteriously empty, it was probably a Ponzi scheme. You're not getting your money back, but it was probably a Ponzi scheme.
At least you know that he was a
legendary superhero Captain Hindsight here to help people understand where their money's disappeared to.
But yeah, that one's a funny one. I wrote morals of every single one of them, but it was at 4:00 this morning, so I think I shouldn't read them.
No. Read out what your feverish brain at 4:00 this morning, which you haven't slept since. Please tell me what were the morals that you took away from the Ponzi scheme?
Trust is the bait. Greed is the hook.
That's kind of sick, dude.
No, it's not.
That's kind of sweet.
I was
like, it's like really good, like what's it like? Instagram poetry, like a good like Insta like.
Yeah, let's just ignore that one. Moving on. Let's not write something that I write on my insomnia. Okay, it's like. So let's keep it sort of in the same sort of era. 1960. This one
come on, dude. That is not the same era as 1919.
It's 40 years later, man. It's close enough.
The 40 years is pretty much how you would define a different era. Come on, man.
All right, fine.
I mean, this isn't the 80s. You know, it's not 1986 anymore. We weren't alive.
Yeah. So in the 1960s, moving on.
You just had this moment where you realize that we're both getting old, and you're like, "Fuck, damn it!"
So this one is sort of a strange financial scandal that was pulled. So a business name Anthony Tino De Ragis. Italian again.
Is this going to be like secretly anti-Italian racism?
No, it's not going to be. No. I'm going to hit on Americans as well.
Oh, right. Well, because they're Italian Americans.
So Anthony, our fair Anthony, claimed his company has a massive tank filled with valuable soybean oil.
Viable soybean oil?
No. Valuable soybean oil. Dude, I'm still sick. Okay.
I was like, viable what? As in, like, you can breed it? Like, it's soybean oil. How could you...
Valuable soybean oil. used for dressings, margarine, and cooking purposes in general.
Okay. Is soy oil that like rare back then? Was it like...
No, wait. We're getting there.
Okay.
Just let me get there. Let me get there.
It's just a toe treader is me.
He used the supposed oil as collateral for borrowing money from banks.
Oh, okay.
So back in the day, in the 1960s, you could borrow money if you had something as valuable as oil. So if you tell me I had a massive truck of oil, it will be like, okay, cool, I can give you 300 quid. I'll borrow you 300 quid because I know you have that oil, you're going to make money off that oil, but you need 300 quid to make that oil work. So I'll borrow you this money.
That's great. You know what I want to do? I want to sort of show up to like the bank and just say, "Hey, I've got like 15 tons of like platinum. Give me a loan. Give me a mortgage."
Well, you need to show that you have it.
Oh yeah, just get some like tinfoil. It'll be fine.
So the scheme worked beautifully.
Of course it did.
Until Inspector decided to actually check it up close to actually see the oil itself. So this massive tankers, and I'm talking about boats, tankers, boats.
Like proper boats.
Yeah, proper boats. Were filled till about 99% with water, and then just oil floating on the top.
That's a good trick.
That's a really good
Nobody
trick. Can use that anymore because he did it. So it's already done.
But who's going to go sticking their hand in? Like, I'm not sure about the quality of this here seed oil. I'm going to just stick my hand in it. Oh, it's water underneath. We've been had, boys. We've got him.
So it was simple. It was brilliant. And completely fraudulent because
of course,
because it wasn't oil.
Was it even soybean oil or was it just regular?
Yeah, it was soybean oil. But
he just got like a pipette,
just about like 3 inches of soybean oil on top.
So you got like basically a couple of like bottles from Tesco.
Yeah, pretty much.
Put it on top.
So when the scam collapsed, it was 1963. He managed to take 150 million in losses, which to today's money, I have it here. Where are you? It's 1.8 billion pounds.
What?
1.8 billion pounds.
Oh, wait, so the 150 mil was in 60s money?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
1.8 billion pounds.
That's like entire country's worth of money.
Exactly.
The fuck?
So the banks that he scammed, and I'm a little bit proud of him, he scammed American Express.
Oh, excellent.
So you gotta be like, good job. So it was American Express, Bank of America, and Bank Leumi, which I don't know what Bank Leumi is.
There was a lot of smaller banks back then.
It's an Israeli bank. Shut up, Billy. Shut up, Billy.
Based.
Shut up, Billy.
Hey, if you can steal Israeli money and get away with it, then hey,
Shut up, Billy.
You should do that. No.
Oh.
I'm not making actionable threats that may get us banned on this podcast. I would like to categorically deny that I am thinking even anything bad about that. No, I'm not even thinking that. So, what happened to this incredible Palestine's strongest soldier, Anthony? What happened to him in the end?
So the scandal was exposed when the Russian soybean market did not open and the soybean prices fell as a result of his massive scam.
So he also crashed the soybean market?
He did. Also, American Express stocks dropped more than 50% as a result.
Whoa,
which cost the company nearly $54 million in
60s money.
Back in the day money.
So that's basically like $500 million today.
Yeah. So our man was convicted of fraud and conspiracy to change connections with the scandal and served 7 years in prison.
7 years?
He
only
got 7 years in prison.
Jesus Christ. Like the sentences back then were light, man.
So he was released in 1972 out of prison. Which is absolutely insane to get away with.
Do you still get to keep all the money?
No, you don't. They confiscate everything you have when you finish prison.
I suppose.
That's how frauds work, dude.
I know.
If you're a fraud, they will just take everything. Absolutely everything.
Did he at least get to spend it in like the brief period of time he was rich?
I mean, you should be stupid not to.
Yeah. Like you got to have the biggest,
the best times.
Yeah, like you got to have like, okay, right. Monday, I'm going to like Disneyland. I'm going to go on every single roller coaster 18 times, and I'm going to pay anyone who tries to get in my way.
You just buy out Disneyland for the whole day.
Yeah.
Because you can buy Disneyland out.
That's
you just
true.
go to Disneyland and be like, those clothes.
Me and my buddies, we're going to Disneyland. We're going to wreck shit up. It's going to be great. I'm going to drink the entirety of like. The
I
want to
do cocaine
village.
off of Minnie. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best time in the world.
Me and Goofy getting into like Muay Thai competitions.
Me and Goofy. How was it called? The one where you tie 2 2-liter bottles of beer to your hands.
What?
It's an American thing.
Of course it is, but
where you tie 2-liter bottles of beer to your hands, and you can't do anything besides just finish those.
Oh right, I see. Yeah. That thing.
There's a thing. I hope somebody just comments and just tells me how that it's called. Like, probably do that.
To be fair, that's just day one. That's day one.
That's how you start your day.
Second day, I'm going over to the other side of the country, and I'm going to get that Disneyland. and
so you're just gonna do a whole Disneyland marathon.
Yeah, Disneyland cruising. How many magical how many of the magical Disney characters can I have sex with in the course of a week? Let's find out.
Wow. And then the police just
Mr. Beast, you should hire me to do YouTube videos. I could be your ideas guy, man. Just call me.
I think he had enough bad ideas in the last few years.
Yeah, he must be getting bored of his own bad ideas. He needs to have someone like us. More,
No, I don't think he does. I don't see that ending well.
I think I can see it ending and all of us being very rich. So how's that bad?
I don't know if it's with all the new ID face checking whatever.
Oh yeah, Keir Starmer's pathetic attempt to do the thing that Tony
It's
Blair
not just him. It's America as well. So America does sort of a thing in different states, and there's certain states that don't do it. So apparently YouTube looks at what video, because that's why YouTube never asks you for your ID, because it just checks what video you look at, and then it decides, oh, he is old enough to be on the... But my question is, I watch a lot of gaming content. How does YouTube think I'm not like 16?
Because you're watching City Skylines stuff, dude. That's why. They're like, 12-year-olds don't play City Skylines.
Okay.
Which isn't necessarily true, but... No, I watched this when all that was happening and people were finding out. I saw this great YouTube video. I don't know who it was by, otherwise I'd give him a shout out. But it got a bunch of views, but it was pretty fucking good. It was just this video is about taxes and the Reformation of the 15th century. Certainly stuff that no children would ever be interested in. Please, YouTube, I'm definitely an adult. I really like paying my taxes. It's just listing really boring, dry shit.
Well, what was it doing? That just kids.
Yeah,
kids
to fuck with the YouTube algorithm. I think it's genius. I think more people should do that. Yeah, we should do an 18 hour video of us just saying. Hot trending topics or something, and see if that works.
Hot trending topic.
Yeah, I don't know. Shut up! Don't make fun of you. I'm in my 30s, man.
So, moving forwards in time.
Oh, excellent! Is this one in the same era as in?
No, it's in 1990.
Oh, so the same era then, by your measurements.
Shut the fuck up. Wow, I didn't mean that.
Yes, you did.
Have you ever heard of Enron?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have some things about Enron.
Yeah, they were the sort of inventors of modern kind of tricky account bullshit.
They weren't doing their own accounting, but they were hiding everything. So Enron was the golden child of all American corporations. It was an engineering company that was hailed as the most brilliant company. Yeah. In America.
They were so rich and profitable. It was just wow, these guys are working.
Here's the thing.
They looked like the biggest and most profitable.
So they were all celebrated as visionaries. Their stock prices were just going up. It wasn't stopping. It was just going, and it looked like they had a sort of progression where it made sense as a company from the amount of money they were making, and it wasn't just going up, and then it wasn't like pushing the prices up and just dumping them, or pump and dump, as the kids call it nowadays, or I don't think just the kids call it.
No, it's a legitimate thing, dude. It's it's a legitimate, I know it sounds like a gay sex act, but it is a legitimate form of scam.
So they were an unstoppable company. Everybody thought they're the best. They look after their employees. How brilliant are they? But behind the scenes, it was all smoke and mirrors. Enron used accounting tricks to hide its mountain of debt and reported fake profits.
Yes.
They created complex and now I do quotation marks, special purpose entities, which were basically shell companies. To dump their losses while keeping the main company's books looking clean.
That's a really sneaky trick.
I mean, companies still do this.
I was going to say, they haven't made that illegal yet.
What companies do nowadays, what companies do with shell companies as well, is they open shell companies in countries that they don't pay that many taxes, and then all of a sudden the company in the country
Cayman Islands.
From the Cayman Islands or from Ireland. Yeah. All of a sudden brings you a bill of, what's your profit for this year?
$17 bajillion.
So you need to pay me $17 bajillion for this year, please.
Oh yeah, for what again?
For consultations.
Okay, cool. Check on it. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. And then all of a sudden you don't pay tax.
It's almost genius.
Because you're like, I paid all my employees, I pay $7 bajillion to Billy's company, which is my company but in Ireland, and we don't pay taxes. But what they did is every single loss they had, they didn't have the losses.
That was
the special division had the losses, which is,
Johnny Douchebag and his gaggle of different friends. Yeah.
Exactly, they had the losses. So all of a sudden, you never had a loss. You only made profits. Investor, everybody was like fooled by their illusion. Everybody wanted to see what's behind the story, so they started investigating them, and the truth all came out in 2001. So it's kind of newish.
Yeah,
we were 11.
Yeah, about that.
We were 11, right? It was a catastrophe. Enron went from being worth 70 billion to bankrupt in a matter of weeks.
That's mental.
So 70 billion and then nothing.
There's nothing that will stop that stock price when it starts cratering.
So
that hard,
1,000 employees lost their jobs, and their life savings as well.
Oh yeah, because all
their money was in there and all the pension was in there.
Yeah, assets.
Because they kept all the pension funds and all of that.
And also, this was the 90s when the American government sort of took down the line between civilian banks and investment banks.
I think so.
So, like, everyone's pensions in the country were tapped into the stock market. So if the stock market went bad, so did your pension.
Yeah.
They still do that. I don't know. It's insane to me
they
do
had
that.
An accounting company which was called Arthur Andersen, which they were absolutely destroyed by this because they were hiding everything for them.
Yeah.
I didn't put the tab up. Never mind. Anyway, I had a whole fucking thing about them, but that's okay. Nobody wants to know about Arthur Andersen. They were crap. They were pieces of shit, and they stole money from normal civilians.
Fair enough.
Fuck
Good for them. Yeah, they can die.
So the new collapse triggered a new law, tighter financial regulation, changing the way corporations report their finances.
Yeah.
So now they actually have to.
Give out the real numbers now.
In idea, they were like the modern Ponzi scheme. In a way, Well,
it's just same, but with the stock market involved,
Yeah. So it's like we're just con artists, and as a corporation, as a culture, it's just they destroyed your view on corporation. I mean, we should have seen that.
And like more evidence if it were needed that corporations are douchebags and should will not be trusted with large amounts of wealth. Fun fact about that little law change, because I actually have something to contribute to this.
Ooh.
There was another Canadian, like, sort of massive business tech startup, like, in the early 2000s it's quite famous. It's called Nortel. It's from Canada. And they were sort of like they were the king of, like, switchboards, like telephone switches.
Okay, thank fuck you didn't say the other thing.
What?
Because I have another one from Canada, and I thought you're not going to start giving me examples out of my own.
No. I haven't been reading your mind, dude. But but yeah, this company, because of the changes in the rules, because they also had a spectacular stock crash out as well. Like they went so high and then just completely imploded. But for unrelated reasons than Enron, they weren't scamming people. But what they did do in order to make their numbers look better after the massive crash and try and get some investors back, they started fudging the numbers. Then the Enron thing happened, and they couldn't fudge the numbers so much anymore.
Because they ruined it for everybody.
Yes, but what they decided to do was that instead of, they would release their financial information,
Yeah.
But they would also release other information and put that much bigger on the page. So it looked like they basically made up a bunch of like measures and terms for the like scale over scale profit or something like that. And they just released like these fake bullshit numbers that looked really good and put the real ones in the fine print at the bottom. So no one fucking noticed.
You said like small print. You want to hear something super scary?
Yeah.
So you know how scientists, they always put out their findings and the reports online, so even AI can get access to?
Not always, to be fair. A lot of that stuff is paywalled.
Well, the stuff that is put out there and AI can get access to, as in some certain research, they write with white ink on the pages, give me a good report, so that when the AI gets it, it's like, yes, master. And they found a few cases that have happened.
Really?
If you want something scary, just in the middle of the video.
Using AI to fuck with science data, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's going to get me going for you with, like, I'm coming for blood, bitch. I'm going to go, you fuck with science data. I was like, oh, you fucked up.
I have a 2 videos for now, spoilers.
Okay.
It was a really productive morning.
Oh, it sounds like it was.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a Billy and Andre show near you.
I wrote the moral for this one as well.
Oh, what's the moral of the Enron story?
It's horrible.
Okay.
I did, I need to sleep. Even billion-dollar companies can be built on lies.
Yeah.
It's
like Jaden Smith tweets from like 2010. It's great. I'm feeling so much nostalgia right now.
I don't know, dude. I need a strong drink, a nap.
You're doing the thing where like you've been writing something in a different state of mind, and now you're reading it, going, "What the fuck was he thinking? Oh wait, that's me."
We're moving on.
Moving on back.
So next one, it's the same era. It is the same era this time, because it's still 1990.
Okay.
It's so, I got it right? So you can't, but we're moving towards more physical things. Not like that. So there's this company called Brex.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. In 1990, a small Canadian mining company claimed it had discovered the world's largest gold deposit in the jungles of Indonesia.
Okay.
So the news sparked a lot of frenzy. The company's stock prices just skyrocketed. It went from pennies to hundreds, like overnight per share, which is insane. Investors, bankers, governments lined up all to put their money into it. What actually happened?
Was it a bunch of like? I'm gonna just guess here that it was a bunch of like a pile of orangutan shit that they just sprayed gold, and they just like took some photos of it and went, look, it's giant and it's gold.
So basically, in I think it was 1997, Boris geologist Michael de Guzman. He's Filipino, so I'm sorry, Philippines.
That's fine.
Reportedly, no, I went too far. I went to the end. Why did I go to the end? No, in 1995, they discovered 30 million ounces, which is 850 metric tons of gold.
That's a lot. That's a good chunk of gold right there.
Allegedly.
Hey, wait, isn't that a similar amount to what
and then in 1968, it turned out it was 60 million.
Going back in time?
No, 1996, sorry, a year later.
Okay.
And then in 1997, it was 70 million ounces.
Oh, really?
So it just went up and up. So that's when the stock prices went up. And the idea was that they claimed they discovered that because they wanted to put their stock prices up. So basically what they did, they brought their findings with a bit of gold, which allegedly was from jewelry that they just bought from the local corner shop.
You cannot be serious.
They filed off gold on their findings to prove that they found gold, and then they claimed more and more. And you're thinking, what the hell, man? An Indonesian jungle, a Canadian company, an Indonesian jungle? How is this even possible? They're gonna get found. Of course they're gonna get found, because everybody wanted to jump on this.
Sorry, I've just got this image of like, you ever watch those like bad reality shows like Aussie Gold Outback Hunters or whatever? Like, I'm just imagining like going around with like cheap gold ring that I got from like, you know, Walmart or whatever they have over there, and just like taking little chunks of it and just like leaving little bits in the dirt. They're like, Struth, I found like a tiny bit. They could probably dig down.
Well, pretty much was like that, right? Because they just wanted to bring the stock prices up so they can make money out of nothing. So other companies wanted to get into the action, right?
Yeah. You want a piece of the pie.
So there's this massive sort of corporation which is called Placerdome Inc. Wanted to just take over all the organization and everything, and in cooperation with the then president, I'm not gonna read his name. Anyway, they started looking into it, and they took 45% of the shares of the company just so they can get their hands in there. And what they discovered was there was nothing there. Quite literally, there was nothing there. When they just went there, they spent all this money. It was just glitter instead of gold. It
was literally just glitter.
Like nothing.
Oh god, that's so funny though. Like, okay, they think, right, let's picture the place where no one's gonna go looking.
Yeah.
The Indonesian jungle, famously full of spiders, horrifying snakes.
Yeah.
Really, really deep, vicious jungle. It's really tough to even get in there with modern mining equipment.
Yeah.
Let's put it there. Like, you know.
Which is brilliant. The idea is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because they bought it for cheap. Right?
Yeah.
They could say whatever they wanted, because who the fuck's gonna go there?
They're not even the Indonesian government barely go
They
there.
didn't want to go there until they discovered they had the biggest gold reserves in the fucking world.
Yeah, that's the thing. They forget a really important rule about human beings. If there's something shiny somewhere, we will fucking go.
Exactly. Funny thing that I forgot to mention. Well, it isn't funny. The company, at its peak, was worth $7 billion.
Ooh.
So it was like, they made a lot of money.
That's a lot of stock, like a lot of stock prices and shit.
Yeah.
Did they cash out and sell and run off? Or
no, they didn't, because they got caught. So
why would you? Okay. And like, pardon me for trying to add logic to some guys who are fucking idiots here, but okay, if I'm faking there being the existence of massive amounts of gold, and then I know for a fact that like someone is going over there right now, they're going from here to Indonesia to look for the fucking gold, which I know isn't there. I've sold my stock prices as soon as he bought his plane ticket. My stocks are gone. I'm out of this bitch.
But they didn't know until it was way too late, right? Because the main guy, the main geologist, Michael de Guzman, reportedly fell out of a helicopter in Indonesia. So a body was found 4 days later in the jungle, missing the hands and feet.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're looking out for the main suspect is the
and there's
the Indonesian.
There was in sort of quotation marks surgically removed hands and feet.
Ah, I see. So not eaten by animals then.
In addition, the body was reportedly mostly eaten by animals. So it's exactly opposite that you said there.
Of course, it was. Yeah,
but still, if you're missing hands and feet, I think you kind of messed up.
You know, CSI stuff wasn't as developed back then, but they can tell the difference between someone who's had their hands cut off and someone who's had their hands eaten.
So on the 19th of March is when he potentially just died by helicopter.
Accidentally tripped and fell.
And his hands and his feet got removed in the fell.
It was probably from the rotor blades. Don't worry about it.
No, it was probably from the wind. It was an airbender there. So it's just, but by May, Bray X faced numerous lawsuits and angry investors who had lost billions.
No shit. I mean, they thought they were going to be in the new gold rush. And
so by November 5th, they declared bankruptcy.
Wait. Let's get back to this like suspicious murder of the geologist for a second here. So, who actually killed him? Was it the company? Was it the government? What?
No, nobody killed him. He was an accident. He fell out of a helicopter and both his legs and arms fell off. Billy.
So we've got no idea who killed him.
It's like Epstein, man. What you want me to tell you?
Cease your investigations. Only you can hear this.
Yeah, it's just,
you'll never know who killed that geologist in Indonesia.
It's basically Epstein all over.
It was a harmless accident. Oh well, he was on an island as well, so it works. Yeah.
Well, kind of in a way, yeah. But they had different kind of miners in this island.
Dude.
Is it? Too early?
Sorry, I have to take a second for that one.
Well, it was a good one. Shut up.
So, What was it? So everyone lost their fucking money.
Everybody lost their money, and then the Bear X declared bankruptcy on November 5th.
Well, I assume everyone involved went to jail.
No, obviously not.
Well, besides the guy who fell out of a helicopter mysteriously.
So the guy the name of the guy that owned the company, his name is Welsh. He moved in the Bahamas in 1989. Still professional. He's professing his innocence.
Oh right, so he just flew to fled to the Bahamas and never.
Oh, fun part. I actually didn't read this before. 2 masked gunmen broke into his house, in his home in Nassau, tying him up, threatening to shoot him unless he turns over all his money. The incident ended peacefully, but 3 weeks later, on June 4th, Welsh died of a brain aneurysm.
Oh wow.
Okay, cool. I should have read that one. I think I got bored at this point. It's a lot of. It's a great wiki article. Not gonna lie, it's a great wiki article.
Wait, so the guy almost had. Did they threaten to cut off his hands and feet?
No, it doesn't say.
I thought you were about to say they threatened to cut off his hands and feet, and I was like, wait, we found the killers, man. No, they came back.
I think these were different people that they were.
I would hope so, because otherwise they've got a really wide reach, man.
Yeah, all the way to the Bahamas.
Yeah, literally. It's like, Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction coming after you. It's like, yeah, I want a guy holding a bowl of rice if he goes to Indochina. That's that kind of shit, dude. Were these guys just like pirates, like Captain Phillips types or something?
It doesn't mention what type of guys they were.
It sounds like they thought he had more money than he actually had, though.
Yeah, probably he didn't have that much money left over.
Yeah,
because usually in these sort of cases of fraud, they do take everything from you.
Yeah,
they don't leave you everything that's registered. That's why you put things on your family's. Why am I teaching people that? Never mind.
Andre, stop giving advice to criminals. Challenge. Level difficulty impossible.
Just stop, Andre. I read too much shit.
Yeah,
I read.
Yeah, just don't ever read the history of bomb making or whatever.
Moving on. I don't want to incriminate.
Wait. Before we move on.
Okay.
Before we move on.
You're gonna make me incriminate myself again.
No. I'm just thinking. Right. Okay. So this guy. He's in the Bahamas. He's washed up. He's like got none of his money left anymore. Really, just sort of eking out a living, doing whatever you do in the Bahamas, like being a surf instructor. And then like a bunch of armed guys break into your house, point the gun at you, and say, "Where's your fucking money? We want all of it."
Yeah.
And you have to explain to them in words, whilst tied up, face down on the floor, presumably, exactly what happened with all your money.
Yeah.
So basically, I started this company called Brezix in like 1996, right? And then he's got to explain how the guy ended up falling out of a helicopter. There was no actual gold after all. And he's got to explain this to these angry, pissed off people with guns who think they've got like a score of their lifetime there.
They did not.
They did not. And they were like, just as their faces slowly falling as they hear this long, convoluted story of how the guy lost all his fucking money.
But no, it's, yeah, that's sad.
Like, I kind of want to write that as like a sketch bit. Like, just trying to rob a man who they think is rich but doesn't have any money.
Well, wait. Whilst you were going on your random tangent, just let you be. So the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, which is so fucking stupid. Why are you still mounting shit, police?
They're still not to be fucked with, dude. They do a lot of police brutality.
They closed their investigation in 1999, laying criminal charges without laying any criminal charges against anyone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No criminal charges?
Yeah.
It's like, was it the geologist who was supposed to have lied then? Did they just pin it on him?
I don't know who pinned it on who, but...
They pinned it on that dead guy. I'm 100%. It's like Epstein. Again, pin it on the dead guy. That way no one can worry about the guys who are still alive. You look deep in thought, man.
So no, because I read there and then it goes into court dates and stuff and hearings, and 6 cases made its way through the system, blah blah blah, red flags, but nobody
ended up with lasting criminal charges for that. That's really weird.
Yeah, but many years later, not guilty verdicts. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, like
not fucking bullshit, man.
That's just depressing, man. I mean, at least go to jail for a little bit for like the massive amounts of fraud that you did.
Yeah, at least one person.
Well, I suppose a guy got chucked out of a helicopter. Case closed. Must have been him. You wouldn't chuck an innocent person out of a helicopter, would you?
Yeah, you would.
If you're Pinochet, maybe, but like, neither of us are going to be Mussolini in our lifetime.
It would be Daddy. Be Daddy. Anyway.
I hope that wasn't an actionable threat that can get us banned off YouTube.
I don't think so, because nobody listens this far in the podcast.
That's true. That's
it's
true.
like, what, minute 40?
Yeah, something like that.
If anybody's still here, just put a I don't know, thumbs up.
Yeah. Tell us who you would throw out of a helicopter in the comments. Like, don't tell us.
Just be super sketch.
Just put a name. Just put a name,
or just just initials.
Completely innocent.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nobody would know. Nobody know.
No one would have.
If nobody
any
listens
idea.
to minute 40. Except
to the
for
three people who are still here, we see you. We hear you.
Yeah, just put a name in there.
Just put a name in there.
Just put a name there.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, I like that one. Like and subscribe as well as put the name. Going to the last one.
Have you saved the best for last, Andre?
I think so. I like this one. Not like as in, oh, I really like this one. Like in, I like because it's stupid and people actually fell for this. Have you ever heard of Theranos?
Theranos?
Theranos.
Oh, wait. I think I have heard of this
Have you heard of Theranos?
I think I might. Is this the turtle thing?
No.
Oh, okay, that's a different thing.
So founded
That's
by
Pangeos. Sorry, I was thinking about the turtle-shaped super yacht. Never mind.
So it was founded by Elizabeth Holmes in 2003.
That name rings a bell.
Theranos promised a revolution in medicine.
Mm-hmm.
With just a few drops of blood, it claims it could run hundreds of tests instantly and cheaply.
Oh, okay.
Do you know? Do you know it?
I have heard of this. This is the medical devices fraud thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Holmes, which is a standard drop-off, her whole career and personality was built around Jobs. Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah.
Or Stephen Jobs.
It was Steve. I'm sure his official name was Stephen Esquire Jobs or whatever.
So her whole personality was about she would be the Steve Jobs of the healthcare system.
Oh God! Oh, that's sorry. As a British person, that just like makes me want to cringe myself to death. Like, well, you shouldn't have business people in the healthcare system anyway. Come on, man.
She raised nearly $1 billion, and the company was valued at about $9 billion.
Jesus Christ!
She was on magazine covers, hailed as the youngest self-made billionaire.
Yeah.
But there was just a little problem. The technology didn't work.
Of course it didn't. That's why I don't get. That's why you don't have instant blood testing at like
it's
fucking
impossible,
McDonald's
right?
now.
So the tests were inaccurate and unreliable. Behind closed doors, Theranos secretly used commercial labs machine instead of their own device.
So they were just like, yes, I'll take it to the Theranos now, and they give it to like 18 teams with like regular equipment.
So she managed to actually get I forgot the name of the big supermarket in America.
Walmart?
I think it was Walmart. She actually managed to have machines inside of Walmart.
Oh yeah, because people started seeing them, and people were like,
so people went to do their tests there, and best thing in the world, and I can't believe people fell for this. This is like why I think like, talk to each other. The company would call you, but just you will need a little bit more blood from you. Just you, now nobody else. Just from you, need a little bit more blood and a little bit more time because they want to make sure everything's okay. You're just a special specimen.
I'm just a little guy with glasses.
Yeah, just
I'm a little birthday boy.
Yeah, so you need to give me just a little bit more blood to make sure everything is perfect for you. But they did that to everyone.
Can you imagine trying to explain that to like the first guy in this list, like in 1919? It's just like, oh yeah, well basically we're going to call them up.
No,
and
this
ask
was
for more
2003. This was 2003.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. Imagine trying to explain this scam in terms of like the tech to like the guy in 1919. He'd be like, no one would buy that. No one would like willingly give away their blood.
Well,
of course
you
they
would think you'd. Well, I think the idea was behind it because people was actually having high hopes, and I think her high hopes was that technology will actually catch up. So she would actually have something at some point, but she was just lying and making more money and making more money, and people were giving her money because she was like very charismatic. I almost want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, it's almost a cult.
It kind of is.
You have one leader that convinces people to give their money, and they're very charismatic, and they have their concept, which is their religion. In this case, is that so? It's basically a cult.
Kind of like a lot of tech startups these days, you know? Like, this AI is going to revolutionize everything. Give us $1 billion. And then they do. And then people do, man. Like, I guarantee you, in like 10 years, if we're still doing this show or whatever, we're going to be talking about like top 5 AI scams that everyone fell for. And they got the most money. And it's going to be a great list. It's going to be a great video.
Should we start just gathering
information? You can start gathering info now, yeah.
You're gonna make me do more work. I hate doing work, Billy. So how did she get found? Because she could have keep on going. Like, she could have just kept on going. So they had a whistleblower. Tyler Schwartz was his name. He started speaking out, and he got investigation reporter. Most famously was John... I'm not gonna read your name. From the Wall Street Journal, and exposed the whole truth.
Oh, excellent!
So they actually were like, okay, enough is enough.
So this one was actually found by the media for once.
For once,
yeah, it wasn't
that's not.
They didn't just suddenly get a red flag when a guy fell out of a helicopter. They actually did some investigative journalism. That's kind of inventive.
So the whole house of cards collapsed. I like that. I added that out there.
Good job, Andrew. It's a bit like the real House of Cards, you know? We collapsed under the weight of Kevin Spacey's sexual inappropriateness.
Well, you said I'm bad.
I'm sorry, but it did, and he's back on Twitter telling people not to be perverts. It's really weird.
Yeah, well, he's not she has no leg to stand up.
No, he doesn't.
So by 2018, which is very, very recent.
Also about the same time that Kevin Spacey was found to be doing very, very illegal things to young men.
So do you think Turnus was directly related to Kevin Spacey, or why?
All I'm saying is there's a weird parallel there.
Turnus was gone. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that then.
Tyrannus was gone. Tyrannus was gone. There's a song to be made there. There's a remix, you know.
So Holmes, which is the lady, not Sherlock.
No, not Sherlock, yeah.
And her top executives were convinced of fraud. Convicted of fraud. Convinced of fraud.
I'm sure they were convinced of fraud as well, but convicted, that sounds more appropriate.
So it's basically the biggest 21st century scam. Because, you know, it's like you lie to people and you get...
Billions.
And she got 7 years, I think.
Hey, that's exactly the same as the first guy.
I think she got 7 years. Wait,
is 7 years the maximum sentence for fraud in America?
Dude, honestly, people do so much more prison for so little less.
I know, right? Like, you can get 20 years for weed over there in some places.
Yeah, I just want to double check because I think that's bullshit.
I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't bullshit, dude. That sounds like the sort of thing that the American court system would dash out. Like, well, yeah, you defrauded like millions of people, but yeah, 7 years will be fine. For you, sir, I'm afraid it's your third time being caught with a joint.
It's 11 years and 3 months.
That sounds better.
Okay.
You know, is that how much time she actually
began her sentence in 2023.
Wait, she only began her sentence in 2023?
Yeah, it's probably because in 2018 the whole thing started collapsing and going through the court systems or whatever.
Wait, she was running this thing for 15 years?
Yeah.
Wait, so investors, who I assume consider themselves quite serious people, were like the product hadn't been out for 15 years and they were still banking on it?
No, the product was out.
Oh, the product was out, it just didn't work?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
It was all smoke and mirrors, right? Because you were giving your blood, and instead of being instant, it was brought to a different laboratory, actually analyzed, and you would have got your results.
Yeah.
So you would be like, oh, I got my results. It was cheap, so they're probably running at a loss. You know, you still get your results, so you couldn't look at them and be like, oh, no, actually, it's bullshit. Because I waited so much time for it, and nobody questioned it. That's why the whistleblower was like, oh, dude, we need to stop.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 15 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, the other people got like 12 years, whatever. Yeah, so a whole bunch of people got convicted for about 12 years.
Because that's really fucked up, dude.
Yeah. And hopefully they will never have the chance to ever run a business.
Well, since her sentence began in 2023, what's that? 11 years, 3 months, 20, 30... 2035 then, basically.
so,
3
yeah.
months, like, yeah, because it's October now. Yeah, so 2035. Okay, cool.
Oh, so the world's gonna end anyway, so.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Which we're fine.
we're going to be under 3 feet of water. Like, you know,
So it doesn't matter.
sharks will be literally swimming in your living
So
room.
we're not gonna have troubles with her anymore.
No. She'll be just, you know, one floating body amongst infinite floating bodies spread out across the entire globe in the inevitable climate catastrophe. I've taken this off topic.
Yeah, you did. So just to finish off the episode, in my fever dream, so you wanna? I actually wrote a whole bunch of stupid shit here. You want me to read it out?
I want to hear the feverish thoughts that you wrote at 4 this morning.
So, what all the stories have in common? They were just about money. They were all about trust.
Oh, that sounds really deep, and I'm 12.
Every scam started with a good story. a promise of a quick profit, easy access, or something exclusive.
You know, I can really hear this being said by like a documentary guy in the 90s, like with like a greyish suit on like the VHS filter, and just like.
And the moment we stopped asking questions, that's when scams start.
And the moment you stop asking questions that's when scams start. Good night.
The real thing, I'm not done, dude. I'm telling you, it was a morning and a half.
I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun.
The real takeaway, if it sounds too good to be true, probably is.
No, that's a good ending. That's a good ending.
Ask for proof. Slow down. Double check. What the fuck, dude?
You see what I mean about like the 90s stuff? Like,
Yeah.
Think once, think twice, don't drive your car on the pavement. You know, shit like that.
Scams survive on urgency and secrecy. The best defense is curiosity. And that was the most stupidest thing I ever wrote.
Oh, that sounds like the end of a story about like an amusing monkey who like, you know, investigates crimes or something. Like, remember, the best defense is curiosity.
I really hate insomnia, dude. Like, it's insane, isn't it?
It does make you type things and think that you're typing the deepest, most important shit in the world.
I literally saw a short about this because you're typing like, I mean, the short was the guy is typing, but there's Eminem's rap god going on,
yeah.
And then he starts reading it, and he's just a baby trying to read text. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
that was me at 4:00 this morning.
I've made like written like a whole bunch of shit like really fucked out of my mind on just like coffee and like adrenaline, and I've read it back and I'm like, what in Christ was I thinking? Why did I think this would be a good idea? And then like 18 months later, I'll pick up like a sci-fi book and like see a similar idea done 15 million times better by someone who can actually write.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's why.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
I've lost interest in that project forever now. There's no chance. There's no point. There's no hope. So
So we leave it on a cheerful note.
we'll leave it on a cheerful note.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, all
share
that
it
good
around,
stuff.
do all that cool shit.
Do good shit, yeah.
Moral of this story, at least from my from my perspective, is when you wake up at 4 a.m, go back to sleep. Don't write out an entire
It's
podcast.
called insomnia, dude, because you can't go back to sleep. Have a good night, guys.
See you later.